The purpose of this short video is to show sole practitioners what is available on the ODRPlat platform. In front of you, you see the login page, and on here you see the ODRPlat logo. Well, that can be replaced with information about your services. The ODRPlat logo that you see on the login panel can also be your logo. So those changes are included in the price. To log in, usually your email address plus a secure password. When you log in, you see an overview of your cases graphically shown. So these would be your past cases, and you can generate reports, cases per month, for example, either in PDF format or CSV, so like a spreadsheet. And it shows the different types of dispute resolution that you've used in that period, and you can just pass your mouse over it and see what it is. On the left hand side we have the overview, which is what you're looking at right now. Then we have the dispute chambers. These are your current cases. Then you can create a case. So someone approaches you, wants to do a case, and you can set that up on your account very easily. Fill in the details, choose whether it's an arbitration, mediation, or adjudication. Select the language of the dispute. So it may be that you speak multiple languages, conduct disputes in a range of languages, and you can do that on this platform simply by selecting the language that the dispute is going to be handled in. And then the dispute chamber, which I'll show you in a moment, will appear in that language, and people can interact with it in that language. The names of the parties, claimant, respondent, the name of the party themselves, and then you can have additional parties as well added, and you can add documents also. Once you've done that, create dispute chamber. So take you back to the dispute chamber list. These are the cases that you have. So if we look at mediation, for example, so you enter here, and you'll see that we have a claimant room, respondent room, a neutrals room, and a hearing room. These are automatically created when you create a dispute chamber, and you can people are allocated automatically based on whether they're with the claimant or the respondent. The neutral room you'd use perhaps with a co-mediator in this case. So you can expand the view just by clicking there. You'll see that you can access documents here, and they can be added. And in the mediation, you can actually section, you can actually see, you can actually identify who can see what. So if a claimant has logged in, then they would see the claimant room and the neutral and the hearing room, and they could upload documents and decide whether they just wanted everyone to see them, just their legal representative and the mediator, or just their legal representative. They can do that in advance of the case once the dispute chamber's being created, and then they can change the status of it as proceedings proceed. You can schedule events on the platform, and you identify who the attendees are, describe the event, then you can send out a message. All activities recorded. As a mediator, you can communicate with anybody on the platform simply by clicking here. And if someone's on the platform logged in, this should be a green light. It's the grey that it is now. You can add participants very easily by selecting their role and then filling in their details and sending them an invite, and then they can log in to this particular dispute chamber. You can also create groups so that you can decide, maybe you just want to have a group mediator plus legal counsel. So you could create that group and save it so that you can send communications just to that group if you chose to, and it would be listed here. It's also possible to sign documents on the platform. See here that you can select who signs it, and the document itself the signature here, and you can view the document as well here that's been signed. The rooms themselves, you can go into the hearing room as the mediator, and in here you can control when people come in by simply clicking here to summon them. They're coming from the claimant's room, and you can also get them to leave as well just by clicking like that. You can control people's video, their mute, and communication as well, all from here. You can share your screen by clicking here, and you can decide whether people can hear you or not here, and also your video can be controlled here. So this is all automatically set up. There's no setups required. When you create the dispute chamber, this is all done. It's much more straightforward than other tools you might use currently. So that's the mediation. Let me show you in arbitration, and then we'll finish. So in arbitration, much the same functionality, except that you in arbitration, the rules that you access are controlled. The rooms you access are controlled. You can't just. I'm going to show you arbitration now. As you'll see, the layout is very similar to mediation. There are some differences though. There's no claimant or respondent room visible, because obviously the arbitrator can't go into the claimant respondent room. The documents themselves, there's no choice as to who sees them. They're uploaded and available to everybody. You still have the scheduling option, the matter history option, and then participants. You can add up participants, but in terms of communication, when you're logged in as an arbitrator, you can only communicate with everybody. So that's a difference between mediation and arbitration generally, and our platform supports that as well. So that's the overview of arbitration. So very similar functionality to mediation with some changes that I've just mentioned. So what we'd like you to do now is to contact us, and we will give you a free trial and training. So I look forward to hearing from you. Please send your emails to enquiries@ODRPlat.com, or go on to ODRPlat.com and select demo, and we'll be glad to give you a demo. Thank you very much.